My name is Ace Antonio. I'm 27 years old and an event producer from San Diego, California. I'm making this video because my best friends and I had these epic plans to attend the Electric Daisy Carnival in Las Vegas this year. But those plans have been canceled due to the global pandemic currently happening. EDC has a special place in my heart. And I had these grand plans to document our weekend at the event while telling the story of EDC and its role in my life. And even though we're not attending the event anymore, I still wanted to tell the story. So here it is, 10 years of EDC and me. So it's 2011, and I just finished my first year at San Diego State University. I was a confused, angsty 19-year-old. I did terrible in school that year, like spectacularly bad. And I had no real interests other than music and socializing. Other than that, I felt directionless, like a boat without a sail. That all changed in June of that year when I attended EDC with this ragtag group of friends. It was EDC's first year in Vegas. To be honest, I don't even remember how we ended up as a festival group. Hell, I don't even remember everyone's names. But here I was, 19 years old, spending damn near $1,000 for a weekend in Vegas before I could even legally drink. Looking back now, it blows my mind how I could even afford it back then. There were two distinct moments from that weekend that I will never forget. The first is that undescribable, breathtaking view of the venue when you first enter from the top of the stands. And second, watching the fireworks on the third and final night with this cathartic happiness that I hadn't felt in a long, long time. I was surrounded by strangers that had become friends in this foreign place that had become a home. I swear, I fell in love with music again that night. But not as something that's heard, but something that's felt, you know? That feeling would become a driving force for me for the years to come. After that weekend, I realized I wanted to create this belonging, this happiness for others, the way that EDC had just done for me. It was more than inspiration. It was an awakening and a beautiful catalyst that led to me pursuing a career in live events. After that, I never felt directionless again. With my newfound ambition, I spent the rest of college taking any and every opportunity I could to work in the live music industry. Over the next few years, I took on so many part-time jobs, unpaid internships, free work that the overlapping timelines will just get really confusing. I would regularly go for weeks without a day off and At one point, I held 4 part-time jobs. But don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved it. During this time, I was so focused on breaking into the industry that actually attending festivals kind of fell by the wayside. I did attend some smaller events here and there, but for the most part, at the time, I would take a weekend gig over attending a music festival without hesitation. The exception, of course, was EDC. I found myself under the electric sky for the next 5 summers, and each time I was reminded of my why. Despite committing the time and the money when I had very little of both, I was just drawn to it every year. Sometimes it was planned months in advance, and other times I bought a ticket quite literally days before. You just can't help what pulls you in, you know? In my senior year of college, I started my own promotion company to start producing shows independently, which is what I did over the next couple of years, thanks to a team that had so much faith in me when I really had nothing to show for it. And I'm incredibly grateful for these people. Being at the helm of an event team with my own money invested really forced me to learn everything that goes into putting on a live music event. But as fun and as exhilarating as it was a lot of work for little return. We would promote an event tirelessly just to break even. I remember one show was held at the end of a month and I was banking on those ticket sales to pay my rent. I put my rent on a credit card that month. As much as I was learning and growing, it just wasn't sustainable. So in 2015, we produced our last show. I wasn't done with my journey, not even close. I just realized I had to go about it in a different way. So I shut those doors so that a new one could open.
I know it's been a while, cause my memory's on trial for the way I used to be. My head is running miles, round in circles, and I try to find a lead to light in me. You said I could fix the broken in your heart, your words saying, darling. But I don't know why you're shooting in the dark. I got faith in nothing. But love, pray for me. I never had somebody, so I don't know how to love. Pray for me. I know I need somebody, so I can learn how to love. Somebody. I know it. So I can learn how to love. I know it. For me. For me.
In 2016, now 24 years old and a year out of college, I landed my first full-time event job with the University of California, San Diego. On the surface, it doesn't seem like a traditional industry job, as if anything about this industry is traditional, but this school actually hosts one of the largest college festivals in the US, called the Sun God Festival. In its nearly 40-year history, Sun God has hosted up to 3 stages, 20,000 attendees, and headliners like Kendrick Lamar, Diplo, and Khalid, just to name a few. And for the past 4 years, I've had this incredible joy of being a core member of this team. It's here that I truly began to flourish as an event producer. Working at a college came with unprecedented stability. So I began to travel a little bit and broaden my festival horizons. So over the next few years, I went to festivals out of state and even out of country. These were at the expense of EDC, which I did not attend in 2017, 18, and 19. But with a full-time event job, freelance gigs throughout the year, and the ability to attend music festivals regularly, I still wanted to get more out of this world that I love so much. And in that desire for more, I launched The Beat Stop, a festival media brand where I would talk about anything and everything about the festival industry and vlog my trips to these music festivals. This project took my passion to new depths, and it allowed me to connect and create for other festival goers in a way that I just wasn't able to before. In the 2 short years since inception, it has led to incredible opportunities for me and what would eventually be my team. And somewhere along the way, between the artist interviews and the vlogs and the hours of editing, I fell in love with music again. Again.
Feeling the sun, party done, shadows walking home. Walking with a game on. You are my kind, classic mind, and you look so fine. Don't doubt me, babe, you make me wanna change. Break my bed to make me wanna stay. I can't when you say it like that. Got me falling right back. When you say it like that. Got me falling right back.
Which brings me to 2020, a year that is not even remotely close to what I expected it to be, not even by my wildest standards. About a week before EDC postponed their event, we decided to refund our tickets. It's really hard to say whether we'll get the same group of friends together in 2021 with work commitments, financial situations after the pandemic, and just life. I'm hopeful though. I'm still employed at UC San Diego, and I have incredible gratitude for that every day. Like the rest of the industry, we've pivoted towards virtual events, and thanks to my experience in video these past couple of years, for the most part, the work still feels like it's in my wheelhouse. The difficult decision was made to cancel the Sun God Festival this year, but we knew it was for the best. We'll be back in 2021. For the Beat Stop, after 2 remarkable years, I was ready to take on the world this season. I was talking to new editors, new contributors, just getting ready to expand the team. That all changed overnight, it feels like, so I'm still figuring out what that means for the brand. But I've learned to see this as a change in direction and not a loss in momentum. Regardless of what the rest of the year holds, I know it's just a dark chapter in a much bigger story. Global pandemics aside, it's been an incredible journey thus far. I've gone to new countries to see my favorite artists with my best friends. I've made new connections in unexpected places. And I've helped plan events for tens of thousands of attendees. And it all started with that group of misfits at EDC 2011. To be honest, I had no idea what to expect from that weekend in the desert. I was 19, EDM wasn't even mainstream yet. I'm pretty sure I just saw the poster and I thought it looked like fun. What I do know is that it felt right at the time. And that's all we can ever do, you know? Is just do what feels right. You'll never have any regrets. I didn't realize I was looking for a home, for a purpose, until I found it that weekend under the electric sky. And in setting out to create that experience for others, I found happiness in myself. That's what EDC has done for me.